Hello friends, I'm back with one more powerful video. As I promised that I'll teach you Neuro Linguistic Programming step by step. In this video, we will know what is Neuro Linguistic Programming and how it can transform our life. We will understand what are the benefits of NLP for us and how we can transform the life of other people. So let us start the journey of learning Neuro Linguistic Programming. So first of all, we will understand what is NLP. NLP is combination of three words. The first word is neuro. Here neuro refers to mind. Now neuro actually means a nervous system. We will say that our nervous system is basically combination of two components. One is hardware part and one is software part. So hardware part means our brain, our nerves and our spinal cord. This is how we define hardwares, and software part means our mind. So if we combine hardware and software, this is how we perceive information from the outer world. Now we cannot change the hardware part, so we will change software part, that is the mind. So neuro will refer to the mind. The second component is linguistic. Linguistic means language. Any language is used for communication. So here we will try to understand what is the language of mind. Now, please remember one thing. When I say language, language means verbal language and non-verbal language, both. Yes, non-verbal language also plays vital role in the programming of mind. When I say non-verbal language, it means our body language. So we will understand how body language impacts our mind. The third component is programming. Now you must have seen computer programs. What is a computer program? Some codes are written to get the desired output. Similarly, our behavior is written in the form of codes. Yes, these are some codes which we perceive through our nervous system from the outer world, and slowly it becomes our behavior. So we will understand how behaviors are set in our mind. Now in NLP, we will say that how to reprogram our mind with the help of languages. So it will be act of writing new programs through some languages, and what actually is going to happen is programming of mind. So programming of mind through languages is NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. So I hope it makes sense for you. So now we will understand how our behaviors are set in our life. We will take example of an elephant who works in a circus. Now elephant is a mighty animal. How he is not able to break that small rope with which it is tied. You can see in the picture that it is tied with a small rope. But this elephant will never try to break this rope. Why? How it is happening? Actually, when this elephant was a baby elephant, he was tied with strong chains, and that time he tried to break those chains and he failed. Now slowly with respect to time, it became his belief system that I cannot break this chain. So if I will try to free up myself, I cannot do it. This becomes his belief system, and slowly he starts believing that it is the reality. So he will never try to break even if he is tied with the small thin rope. This is what exactly happens with all of us. When there is a child and he is taught that you cannot do it, you cannot do it. Now the information is being repeated in his mind that you cannot do it. Slowly it becomes his belief system, yes, I cannot do it. When a child is below 4 or 5 years, that time his conscious mind is not fully active. So information directly reaches to his subconscious mind, where the formation of beliefs or behaviors takes place. Slowly he starts believing that yes, I cannot do it. Even if he is growing, he will believe that I cannot do it. And that belief drives his behavior. He will become a dull and lethargic person, and that behavior will lead his life accordingly. This is how our belief systems are created. Now NLP teaches us how to change those old patterns which are not resourceful for us. How we can eliminate those unresourceful patterns and how we can incorporate new resourceful patterns so that we will have a better life. This is how NLP works. Let us start the history of NLP, how the NLP term was coined. So there were two genius people. One was Richard Bandler. He was a student of computer programming, and another genius was John Grinder. He was the associate professor of linguistics in the University of California. Richard Bandler was good in computer programming, maths, physics, and John Grinder was expert in linguistics or languages. They both came in contact and became good friends. That time, three other people were becoming very popular. So Richard Bandler and John Grinder started studying their work. The first man was Milton Erickson. Milton Erickson was a hypnotherapist. He used to hypnotize people and then used to take them in trance. This is how he used to help people. He used to help them in coming out from their past pains. So Milton Erickson was gaining popularity with the help of hypnotherapy. The other famous lady was Virginia Satir. She was a family therapist. She used to counsel people. She used to understand what are the pains of people, and then she used to help them through counseling. She was also gaining popularity at that time. The third famous personality was Fritz Perls. He is known as founder of Gestalt therapy. This therapy talks about responsibility of self. We will talk about it later on in our coming videos in detail, so don't worry. So these three gentlemen and women were gaining popularity that time. They both, Richard Bandler and John Grinder, started noticing how they are instructing people, what kind of instructions they are giving to people, that those people are able to express their pain in front of them. What is the behavior of these three people when they talk to people? What is the behavior of those people who are in pain? This is how they started studying the patterns of these three people and those people who were in pain. Finally, they concluded that if these three people can do it, then others also can learn and help the society. Earlier, it was believed that Milton Erickson, Virginia Satir, Fritz Perls are having some supernatural powers. That is why they are able to help people. But Richard Bandler and John Grinder concluded that if these three people can follow some set instructions or set pattern, others also can learn it. And finally, based on their research, they concluded in 1976 a new science of mind programming that is called Neuro Linguistic Programming. And then it was believed that yes, now a new principle will be followed that is called principle of modeling. Means if someone can do it, others can learn it without any problem. They just need to follow only those instructions which they were following. So this is how the term Neuro Linguistic Programming was coined. Now let us first understand why we need to understand or learn Neuro Linguistic Programming. Let me tell you one thing very clearly. We are knowingly or unknowingly applying the tools and techniques of NLP in our life. If we are unknowingly applying the techniques, then we are not getting right results. If we will learn NLP, then we will be able to apply those tools and techniques and we will definitely get desired results on time. So it gives us clear reason that why we must learn neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro-linguistic programming is the science of programming the mind towards our goals. We all have goals in our life. NLP will help us in programming of the mind in right direction. So it is very, very important to understand, because once we know how to guide or program our mind towards our goals, then definitely we will achieve our goals on time and with less hassles. NLP helps us in personal growth. When we will go forward and learn NLP step by step, then we will understand how NLP is helping us in becoming a better person. Once we have cool and calm mind, we will have better productivity. We will have a different perception of the reality. We will understand so many things in detail, and then you will find that you are now a different version of yourself. So it will help you in personal growth. NLP helps us in managing and controlling emotions. Emotions are one of the dimensions of the human life. If you are able to control this pillar of human life, that is emotion, then definitely you will be guided in the right direction. NLP helps us in establishing good belief system. I have already explained it with the help of an example, the example of an elephant in the circus. So we all have some belief systems. Now NLP will help us in coming out of unresourceful belief systems, and it will guide us in creating good and productive belief systems that will ultimately help us in achieving our targets. NLP helps us in contributing to society. Once you are able to learn the science of mind programming, once you are expert in neuro linguistic programming, you can help the society. You can understand the pain of people from a different perspective, and then you can definitely contribute for making a better society. And at the same time, you will earn money. So you can also feed your family in a better way. So NLP has tremendous benefits. NLP will definitely improve our life. It is the science of programming the mind. It will help us in throwing away our past pains. Those always create hurdles in our life. And NLP will definitely help us in creating a beautiful life. And this is what we all aim for. So I think this gives clear reason that why we need to learn neuro linguistic programming. It's my promise that we will go step by step, and I'll try my best to create simple videos so that we all may understand how NLP can be learned and NLP can be applied in our life. This is what I promise you. Please subscribe this channel if you have not subscribed, and hit the like button.